Hey guys, it's me, Opinions by Mike, and today I'm here to tell you why the Brooklyn Nets will not make the playoffs after trading for James Harden. With the Brooklyn Nets recently trading for James Harden, many people think that they have become a better team. At any point in time, they could possibly have three All-NBA caliber players on the court in James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. They have put everything on the line. They traded away their next four first-round picks and have also included four additional pick swaps. With the Nets going all in on this big three, I'm here today to tell you why this trade might turn out bad for the Brooklyn Nets. The reason why the people think that the Nets won't win is because of their lack of depth. However, that is clearly false, as the bench is only useful in the regular season. A good example can be the bench mob that the Raptors had a couple years back. The bench mob was considered the best second unit in the league at the time, consisting of players like Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. However, come playoff time, the Raptors were unable to win. Why, you might ask? Because in the playoffs, teams only play their best 6 or 7 players. Teams don't use their bench in the playoffs because it is win or go home. There is no reason to conserve their star players, so they play their star players about 40 to 45 minutes a game. Obviously, the bench mob was no match for the starters of the other team, and therefore they were practically useless in the playoffs. So basically, the real reason why the Nets will lose is because of their inability to play defense. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant have all never had to play defense in their careers. They're always the stars of their team, and often they are asked to save their energy and play less defense in order to play better on offense. An example can be James Harden. Harden practically played non-existent defense in Houston in order to have more energy to run the offense. However, now that all three of them are playing together, they must learn to properly play defense, because if none of them plays defense, it is basically a 2v5 for the other team. As you can see from these clips, the Brooklyn's big three plays lazy defense. They are always late in following their players and often confuse switches and fails to notice cuts made by the other team. This leads to easy, wide open layups for the other team. The issue is though, Brooklyn's offense, although they are good, cannot be expected to outscore their opponents every game. Every team that Brooklyn plays is able to score over 120 points a game. Why? Because like I just said, Brooklyn's big three does not follow the cuts made by the other team, and therefore the other team will get relatively easy wide open buckets. However, Brooklyn's offense is heavily reliant on iso ball, with Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. Although iso ball works, I will take a player of less quality making a wide open layup that the Nets are giving up compared to an all-NBA caliber player being forced to make tough contested shots play after play. And this can be seen in every game that the Nets have played so far, as it has always come down to the wire. The game is often close late in the fourth quarter. No-name teams like the Magic and the Cavs are able to keep the game close late in the fourth, with both teams not even having an all-star, and the Cavs are even able to win. When the Nets played a good team in the Bucks, they were lucky to win as Middleton missed the game-winning shot. Today's game against the Cavs also proved another thing. If one of the big three is out, the team will not be able to come close to winning, as there is no one that can replace the missing points offensively. With Brooklyn's big three playing heavy minutes every game, and with them having no bench to give the big three a break, I do not believe that they will even make the playoffs at this point, because their terrible defense makes it tough for their ISO-reliant offense to outscore their opponent. Additionally, the heavy minutes will make it more likely for one of the big three to get injured, as we saw today, as if one of them is out, the team is done. And I can give you a really big example of why their defense is not good. Let's say, for example, they play the Lakers. Imagine this: LeBron or Gasol has the ball at point. And what does LeBron do when he holds the ball? Everyone players around him. Alex Caruso, Dennis Schroeder, what do? They make cuts. They make cuts like crazy. And what LeBron does is he does some no look behind the back pass, and he basically gives the cutter a wide open layup. Now imagine the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, trying to guard the cut. They can't because they play lazy defense. Everyone on the Lakers would have open layups every time, and there is no way that Brooklyn's offense, even though they have three All-NBA caliber players, there's no way that their ISO can work every single time compared to the other teams scoring wide open layups. So that is why the Brooklyn Nets, in my opinion, will probably not make the playoffs this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.